Hello, this is Steve from QuickStove. I'm very excited to show you a new stove that we're offering. We're calling this the Cube Stove. Very appropriate for its size and shape. But this stove really offers some big advantages over the competition when it comes to emergency preparedness type stoves. This stove offers versatility. You can really use a lot of different fuels and different types of cookware with this stove. This stove comes with 2 fuel discs. Now these discs can be used as standalone fuel, or they can be used as a fire starter. So they're very, very handy, and when you use them as a fire starter, you just need a very little bit is certainly enough to start a fire. And this stove also comes with an accessory plate, and this accessory plate can be used to help you utilize a variety of different fuels. You know, most emergency preparedness stoves are really designed to work with one type of fuel. And with emergency preparedness, I think it's really good to be able to have options. And some people like different types of fuels. You know, some people really like charcoal briquettes, you know, and they really are a great emergency preparedness fuel. They last forever. If you buy them at the end of the season, you can buy them for really inexpensive prices. So they're a great value. You know, they really store well. So you can use those down in there. You put your pot up on top and you're cooking, and it works great. Maybe you put a few less in there, and then you could lower your cooking surface, and so you don't need quite as much fuel. And that also allows you to use something smaller like this cup. Or you could just grill your food right on top of there like that. So there's charcoal briquettes. They work great. Okay, then we just have regular twigs and sticks, just wood. Anything that you can find that'll burn. And then you could put a few in these, and then use just break off a small piece of this fire starter, and it lights right up. This is wax and cedar, paraffin wax and cedar shavings. So it lights really easy, it doesn't flare up. Once again, these last forever because of the cedar, won't allow them to grow mold. And the beautiful thing about using this with wood is you can feed the fire with your pot on top. So you can go ahead and slide sticks in there while it's burning, and you don't even have to lift your pot up to put the wood in there. So it really works great as a wood burning stove. Okay, now some people really like the more convenient fuels. This really works well with the Sterno can. We've designed this just the right height, so you could just put your Sterno can on there and cook like that. Or you can turn this whole thing upside down and use your Sterno can this way. If you've got a smaller pot or a cup, then you can use it that way. So that's real handy. And then we have an alcohol stove, so you could burn denatured alcohol or grain alcohol. The great thing about alcohol is it's really readily available. So this works the same way, and once again you could turn it over to use a small cup or a small pot on top. Okay, so let me show you what the accessory plate is really great for. You can put this on top, and you notice it kind of has a dish formed into there. Well, that's where you'd want to put your solid fuel tablet. Now these are getting to be really commonly available as well. Coghlan's makes solid fuel tablets. This is an Esbit tablet. But these are very effective as a little emergency preparedness fuel. They work absolutely fantastic. And the reason this is dish shaped is these tablets have a tendency to melt just a little bit as they get hot. And this will contain that melting fuel tablet and make sure that it's all utilized instead of having it run and drip away and being wasted. So that's really great. There are also gel fuels that you could squeeze onto this plate, and that's the right height to use those gel fuels. So it really offers some versatility. The other thing this plate is great for is it blocks the holes off in the bottom. So you slide that down into the bottom, and then if you use one of these as a standalone fuel, then they burn a lot longer. They last a lot longer. So if you want a high temperature you know, maybe a shorter duration burn, then I would say use these without the plate and allow that air to come up through, and that'll really accelerate the burn of these fuel discs. But if you want them to last a little bit longer, you just put that plate down in there. And this plate, when you have it up on top, it just sits on these rivets up on top really nicely, and just really works really well that way. So that's the cube stove. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put all these different fuels, set all these different fuels up here so you can kind of see them all. We've got your alcohol stove, we've got your Sterno can, we've got your twigs and sticks or whatever will burn, and we've got your charcoal briquettes, and then we've got the fuel discs. QuickStove fuel discs. So it's a great little stove. Thank you very much for watching.